YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Hey, just a quick announcement on the front end of this. My motherboard giveaway is finished. I didn't have time to film a video of who the winners are before I left, and I can't really ship it right this instant anyway because I'm about to go away for a few days for Thanksgiving to go see some family. When I get back, I'll make a video announcing the winners, and then next week I will ship out those prizes. So keep an eye out. That's when we'll find out who won them. I do appreciate everybody who participated, and I'm really excited for those who are going to win because I know you're going to like it. In any case, let's get started here. Sound seemed really quiet there for a minute, but I guess it's not that bad. Okay, we're recruiting some more Grivpenvar, I think it was Grivpenvar cataphracts, and we're gonna go attack the Romans. We've got a little bit of infantry, we got a ton of horse archers. I'm making good money, so we might as well go attack the Romans and maybe put another army back for defense. And I mean, this isn't on the hardest setting, so it shouldn't cause me huge challenges. Let's wait till our food goes a little positive here. Someone was saying they didn't think there was any penalty for having negative food in a province, and they may be right. Imports food. This is not a problem unless your global food supply. Okay, yeah, so I guess it's not a problem. So we can go ahead. Our global food supply is back up. We could go ahead and upgrade these town centers because we have the money to do so, and we now have the excess food. That may put a strain on some of it, though, so let's just kind of see how things balance out over the next few turns. I don't want to overdo my, or overextend on food again. We're working on technology that will get us some buffs, but we probably need to find the one that upgrades. Yeah, here we get the upgraded farms. Let's actually work on that one before this next upgrade. So let's go here so that we can build the better upgraded farms. And let's end the turn, because I want to get ready and go invade the Palmyrene Roman faction here. I think it's led by Queen Zenobia. Sassanids are going to move back out to the Mediterranean here. Warning, protection expiring. You are still protected from a secession or civil war, but this will expire in 3 turns. What? What are you talking about? Politics, leaders, strategy. I don't know what these things are. Loyalties or mogul character. Zeal, ambition, political views. I'm not sure who is wanting to secede or how to tell, honestly. Politics summary, Imperium, provinces owned, affluent. Maybe it's just like a thing where you get so far in and you're no longer protected from it, like it could happen or something. I don't know, we'll see. If there's a secession, it'll make things fun. So let's go invade the Romans. We're going to head up to Hatra. Let's go into a forced march so we can get all the way to Hatra on this turn. And then we'll recruit another army here at Ctesiphon. Let's raise forces so that we have some extra defense. Let's take a look at the politics here. Character, so this is a general and a statesman. Actually, we could just move this guy up because he's already here. We don't need to recruit another. There's no threats back here, so let's just force march this guy up to Ctesiphon, and that should do. We'll keep him at the front. Again, let's give it a few turns to kind of see what happens to my food, and then we'll build more buildings. I haven't really been keeping track, and then this army can kind of keep the back of our empire safe for now. I think that'll be a good way to go. Ooh, we can get elephants here too. Look at that, Indian war elephants. I can't help it. We're gonna build that, even though it might risk my food. We're gonna build it. Let's end the turn. Give me a drink here. And for those wondering, I'm obviously drinking the blood of my enemies, right? So, Sadrakata, a new outbreak. Our people have lived in filth for so long. There's a terrible plague. Who lives in filth? To deal with a rat infestation, there are several options. Rat catchers, cats, fumigation, appease the god. Let's try the rat catchers. I didn't realize we were going to be facing plague up here. Our sanitation, is it bad? Rat infestation. Plague, -10 public order. I don't know, maybe we just got hit with the plague. I have no idea what's going on. Where's our sanitation levels? I'm trying to remember where we see all that. Zoom to see settlement. Hang on, details. Yeah, here it is. Corruption, slaves. Public order. If there's some kind of sanitation thing, I'm not seeing it here. Province overview, whatever. Plague it is. I'm not good at noticing all the details in this stuff. They get too detailed for me sometimes. Let's see. I'm gonna move up and declare war. Or hang on. Let's hit Edessa. Would help us finish this province first. We'll move up on the roads. There we go. And then we'll attack Edessa. And like I said, the second army can move up to help protect Ctesiphon. And we'll recruit some new troops into it. But yeah, our King of Kings here. Shahanshah. King of Kings. Let's go ahead and end another turn. We're banking up some money. We'll spend some of it, but honestly, we've got more than we need right now. Our economy's quite strong. Ships at the port. Trading from a distant land have arrived in port. The foreigners look like they could use a bath, but offer to trade exotic animals. Let's allow the trade. We're Sassanids. We like to trade, right? Silk Road, all that good stuff. I'll have plenty of Roman skulls to trade soon, too. Alright, Palmyra. Let's do it. The inevitable conflict has begun. Way to march, loser. Thought you were the King of Kings, not King of Wieners.
How can I serve you?
Would have liked to seen you march a little further. Okay, we're about to finish some of our upgrades. Food looks like it's only climbing, if anything, which... Let's see, these sanitation buildings, where's that research? Because that's the research we'll want to do next, too, to get some of those done. And then... Cannot. Trading port. +5 sanitation in all regions. That one would be pretty good, too. Okay. Let's go ahead and go through and build a few town upgrades here. Just go ahead and spend up some of this money we've got. Get an extra sanitation out of that one. Just gonna start building up some of these. There we go. Spent a bunch of our money. Can bank up a little more. We'll go out of force march on the next turn. Can run our attack on the next turn. It's like Palmyra is at war with the Armenians. I believe they're one of my protectorates, aren't they? So going to war will be good. But that would be why Palmyra is at war with them, I think. Is Armenia one of my protectorates? Satrapy, whatever you want to call it. Military sabotage. Ooh, this army got poisoned pretty bad by that idiotic spy. I forgot how much agents can screw up your army on these older games. It's something to be aware of. Let's take a look at the tech. Do you want to do this one that was going to give us... Hang on, where'd it go? This one right here gives us +5 sanitation in all provinces. That'd be pretty handy. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, Armenia is a satrapy, and they're going to be under pretty heavy attack, so we need to put some pressure on for their sake. Let's just go ahead and take this province so we can retrade. There's no need to loot it, just occupy it. Do you need to convert that? Let's tear that down and convert that. Okay, so this army will be replenishing. We'll see what the Romans are going to throw at us. Could be in a somewhat dangerous situation as we just plunge into the Roman lines here, but I'm willing to take that risk. And again, because of the income that we have here, let's ditch these cheap Persian skirmishers. We can keep the Dalamite infantry. Ctesiphon, we're about to finish the infantry quarters. We've got elite Svaran cavalry and Pushtegban cataphracts here. We may actually go trade these out in my King of Kings army, but we'll just go ahead and get some training. There's some Pushtegban, and we'll wait till the next turn. Character has an unassigned skill. Let's go into here.
My lord.
Assign some skills. We can upgrade this one. Campaign map movement range. Go to the coercion here.
We fight for you, my lord.
And my King of Kings, I believe, levels up here. Or no, it's the army gets a tradition. No, it's my general. Yeah, the Forgotten Warriors don't have a tradition yet. We're gonna call this army, we'll call it, let's see, I got my caps lock on. Immortal? How about that? Immortals of the Shah. And we'll give them that name, and then let's see here, line of sight, extra authority. I think we were gonna go down the one that gives him like a buffed bodyguard, because he has a cavalry bodyguard, and that'd be a lot of fun. Commander's unit, melee defense for the commander's unit. Is this the one that does it? Yeah, we want to do this one. Buff the commander's unit. We can take it up. Yeah, we can give his unit like 6 skill. That'll make it really cool. All right, now we can end the turn. I'd like to get a good open ground battle where we can use our cavalry against the Romans, like Carré style. Let's see what Palmyra's up to here. They're certainly working on Armenia, so while Armenia is busy, and Armenia looks like they're attacking Palmyrenes to Ankara. Got another plague. It's the same place. This must just be like Plague Town or something. Riot in the capital. Riot at the start of your capital. How do you you suspect it was instigated by one of the other political parties. How do you react? Resolution. The consequence of your choice is yet to be revealed. So we can accuse in public, accuse in private, or crush the riot. Let's just crush the riot. We got extra wealth from commerce, but we have extra squalor because of the ships at the port thing that we did earlier. We'll live. We already got plague everywhere, so it's not like it matters at this point. I got Hatra, so everything's under control here. Religious one, put that there. This army. So Palmyra is their capital. Could make a quick run on their capital. It's going to leave us a little bit unprotected on this flank. We could take this army and push north, Because our capital is going to have to be sieged. It's going to be more well defended. It's got 11 units. So what we can do is let's take this troop, push them to Hatra, and then let's take these guys and get ready to head down here to Dura Europus. There's a Roman army here too, so let's be ready to block the bridge.
Ready for battle.
Edessa's going to be a little open to attack, so we'll send this army clear up to Edessa to protect it, and then we'll finish the recruiting once we're in Edessa. So let's end another turn. I should probably move my spy up a little bit so I have better line of sight into the Palmyrene territories. But let's put the push on them while they're busy with my allies. Looks like their army pulled back from Thapsacus. But I don't think that's my target. I'd like to target the Palmyrene capital. Man, that military sabotage sucks. Another riot will crush it. Sassanian sculptor. A sculptor from the mountains village proudly presents you the result of his craft, a grand relief carved in the living rock. He created it of his own volition to show respect. The relief represents you in full regalia, receiving gifts from the Roman emperors. Upon closer inspection, however, it turns out that in your relief you are a bit shorter in stature than the Romans. The artist awaits your reaction eagerly. Yeah, we're gonna tell him to fix it, man. You don't insult the King of Kings.
My lord.
Alright, let's see here. Freaking Roman spy. Causing problems with my army here. That's pretty irritating. Let's see, we get to replenish just a little bit. Let's take this guy out of this stance and kind of move forward a little bit. Get some line of sight up here on Palmyra. Not a whole lot in our way, so what I'm hoping to do is hit Dura Europus and then on to Palmyra. And then let's take... I'm worried that Edessa will get attacked from this flank, so let's push all the way up to Edessa. Hatra is not going to have great defenses either, though. We've got a little bit of money that we can spend on buildings. Parthia needs a little more food. Persis is going to need more food. Media Magna. Let's go ahead and just build these up back here. Okay, used our money. Our income is back up even with our newly recruited troops. Okay, the Palmyrenes did mean to attack me here, and I've got my troops waiting, though I do think they'll be tired because of my stance, which kind of stinks for my cavalry, but all we have is hillmen, Palmyrene skirmishers, and a few armored swordsmen. These guys are going to get absolutely crushed. Let's sally out. Got here on this cool desert map. And I don't mean that in like a refreshing type of cool.
We await your orders.
Group these guys. Put our general over here. Pashtigban, Cataphracts. Ooh, we got the trample ability on some of these guys too. It's going to be absolutely brutal. Let's group these guys and we'll put our general out on his own. I do think all these... Oh no, it shows them fresh. That's interesting. I figured they'd be tired. Got some mercenary horse skirmishers. Yeah, that's a joke. These hillmen are about to taste the lance of the King of Kings. These skirmishers will probably do decent against cavalry, so we'll want to keep our distance. Just gonna get lined up on the flank. Group 1. Just Go ahead and give an attack order so they'll tie down most of the enemy. Push back this way. Skirmishers, hit those guys. They're not going to run from me proper. Let's charge them. Kill them. The horse skirmishers are going to die. There we go. Let's hit these guys. Okay, infantry engagement's going on. Let's do a trample charge back here. Here goes. Our first time to see the Pushtigbun cataphracts. Oh, those charges are just so underwhelming compared to Attila. But it was still satisfactory in the sense that I know the armored swordsmen are going to get punished brutally here.
The men are wavering.
Yeah, our infantry's not going to do all that great per se. Let's destroy these armored swordsmen. We got a good charge with the Pushtigbun. Okay, we destroyed mercenary horse skirmishers. Let's go after that scythe chariot general again.
Our general is under attack.
Broke through here. Let's push up. This unit here, I would have thought would have given way already. We crushed this unit of Palmyrene skirmishers back here, but our Pushtigbun are going to be exhausted now. Probably killing a lot of my own men here. Alright, the scythe chariot general is wrecked. Let's get a rear charge here. Our guys are going to be exhausted, but still should be quite effective against Hillmen.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Oh my goodness. CA, please, fix these charges. So underwhelming. Don't get me wrong, this game's a lot of fun, and if you like Total War, especially historical ones, I recommend you try it, but I mean, those charges. Let's get real
One
here.
of our units has used all its
An
ammunition.
armored swordsman holding out against all this cavalry, that's also kind of frustrating. Completely surrounded by heavily armored cavalry after having taken a massive shock cavalry charge. The scythe chariot still around? Okay, clean this one up. Let's get another rear charge here. I'm sure it'll once again be somewhat underwhelming, but... Oh, come on! At least I'm satisfied knowing that the charges are killing the enemies, but it would certainly be nice to see a little more destruction during the charge. Let's warcry this unit here. Oh, there's a diamond formation. Charge bonus and melee attack. Takes away melee defense. That warcry appears to be working. Rear charges are working. There we go. Palmyrenes were pretty easily trampled. Pushtigbun cataphracts all performing well. And our Dialamite infantry doing quite nicely as well. Of course, the Roman infantry here, with the exception of the 2 armored swordsmen, was not really up to par. Let's kill the captives here. Try again, Palmyra, try again. Don't get me wrong, the cataphracts are cool, and their stats are good. It's the appearance of the charge that is very, very lacking, in my opinion. So it's not necessarily the stats or the unit itself that's disappointing me. It's the physical appearance of the charge in the game that is quite disappointing. Okay, and that's mostly just because we've gotten some really overly animated charges in Warhammer that are a lot of fun. I think maybe a good example of charges that were really good in a historical Total War. I remember there being really cool cavalry charges in Napoleon and even in Empire Total War. If these were a little more like that, I think it would be perfect. Enables, yeah, let's go with these engineering experts because we might have to do a lot of sieges. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. We're going to go with the Master Attacker and get the commander's unit really buffed up because we want to focus on the melee, the awesome cavalry that we have. Playing as the Sassanids. Take this settlement. Take a balanced stance. And we're just going to occupy. lot of work here. Let's convert this over, convert that over. What is this? Yeah, I don't want a Mithraic quarter. It's spreading Mithraic cultural influence, which I don't want. So let's tear it down. It's going to cost me money to tear it down, but it'll be worthwhile to get it torn down. Okay. Take a look. Parthia, we're working on the extra food. Persis, we're working on the extra food. Got an expansion down here. Let's go ahead. Our food is going up rather quickly. Let's just spend some of our money back here. Okay. So I don't think food is a big concern at the moment.
Ready for orders.
Alright.
Ready
The
for
Immortals of the Shah here. It looks like our army gains of tradition will do the same thing. Engineering experts, I believe. Yeah, engineering experts. We can't go to the second tier here just yet, so let's find another skill under here. This one gives extra armor and melee defense for the commander's unit, which is actually really good for a melee cavalry unit, so that makes a lot of sense, and then it goes up further if we upgrade it, so definitely like the way that's going. And that's fun. Actually, those are some nice upgrades there. I don't ever remember being super impressed by the upgrade trees for characters and other stuff like that in the Rome 2 in the past, but I like that. That's going to make my general's unit really fun to use because I'm invested in them, and they're going to be really good. Ah, crap. We got our guy assassinated over there. Oh, man. I really hate agent play in the Total War campaigns. It's just massively in favor of the AI and is pretty boring.
My lord.
What kind of units are we up against over here? Let's get, I want to spread Eastern influence. Let's upgrade that. Kind of, Palmyra's only got a few armored swordsmen, Palmyrene cohorts. Okay.
At your command.
We're gonna need to siege Palmyra. That just takes me up closer to that spy if I come in from that direction. But down here, we're gonna get attrition in the desert if we're not careful. That spy is gonna get to me one way or the other. Let's just come up from this direction. Okay. We need to do some recruiting here. Need some infantry. Okay, just one click here. There we go. We can get immortal infantry here. Yeah, I might swap some of these units out with the Shah's army, but let's go ahead and train some of these immortals. Wow, we can get quite a few of them in one turn, too. I like it. There we go. Let's end the turn. So we'll have another army that's going to be quite strong. We are definitely going to push the issue against Palmyra. Ardashir's Testament. An elderly scholar approaches you in the throne room. He presents to you the book of Ardashir's Testament, containing advice on governance from the illustrious ruler, first of the Sassanian line. Politically yet firmly, the scholar politely yet firmly, the scholar accuses you of failing to follow your ancestors' advice with sufficient care. Let's invite him to join the council. See what happens. The guy is brave, albeit maybe a bit foolish.
We fight for you.
Really no need to continue the siege here, which is honestly somewhat pathetic that we can so easily get to the Palmyrene capital, which is not even very contested. So seems like they might ought to work on the garrisons a little in this game. Maybe buff up the garrison some, because that's a really crappy garrison to have at your namesake city. Yeah, so that was somewhat anticlimactic. Alright, well, we've already occupied Palmyra. That wasn't much of a challenge. Royal Large City. Let's do this one that gives some extra public order. Let's research wealth. We're going to tear down some of these other buildings. We can convert this one. That'll be useful. Let's upgrade this. Upgrade our glasswares. One turn to finish our research.
We fight for you, my lord.
Okay, we've got a good, solid infantry line here with this army. Now we just need some support units. These Kurdish archers have huge range at 165 and do 40 missile damage. Definitely want that. And then some melee cavalry, like some elite Savaran cavalry, would be handy here. That'll round out that army quite nicely. Okay. Just about out of time. I'm going to do a slightly shorter episode than the first stream I did. Not because I'm trying to hold back, but I am somewhat limited in how much of this I can release before a certain time. But I haven't gotten to that limit. It's mostly just because I'm time constrained before I leave town to go visit family. Oh, I see what that said. All other parties are impressed by your display of power. You better be impressed, jerks. Okay, yeah, troubled populace is here, so that's not all that surprising. Let's go with this Tower of Silence. It's going to spread better public order. Let's get this well, because it's a big city. I like that building quite a bit too. Let's do this satrap character. Finish some of that research. This granary, herding estate, farm estate. That's gonna be handy too. Some max out farms. What else we got? Yeah, let's do this one actually. It's only 4 turns. I haven't done a lot of military research yet, but we're okay. We're obviously dominating that front anyway. Got a full army here, and we might as well not sit on it. Looks like the Armenians have done a good job ridding us of Palmyra in the northern extents. We can probably put Antioch under siege with this army. It's a pretty significant army, so it should be safe to put Antioch under siege. Egypt is to our south. Palmyra stretches all the way down to Petra there, though. But let's continue to put the pressure on here where we're at. And one more turn. Ooh, Palmyra strikes back. How about that, Armenia? Yeah, it looks like Armenia's poised to take care of business anyway.
Ready for orders.
Can't quite reach those guys, or else it'd be fun to get an extra battle in on this episode. But let's siege Antioch. Pretty significant force here. But crappy. Legionary cavalry, that's cool, but Palmyrene spearmen. Nothing else any good here, other than a few decent garrison unit. Let's get some siege equipment ready. We want to bake some holes in the wall. So we've already got a few ladders. There's 4 ladders which our Immortals could use to decent effect. Let's get some siege towers and tortoise. And we're going to continue the siege. And then over here, Palmyra, we've got a lot of buildings coming online that'll help it out. Let's move up and take Thapsacus. Can't reach it on this turn, but we'll get to it. Got some money, so let's take a look at our building situation. Media Magna. Whole bunch of work we can do back here. Food is quite positive for us right now. Let's convert. Actually, we don't have the research. Let's do this research because it's only 1 turn, and then we'll get back to the other. Nothing wrong with building these buildings. They're just going to help me. Public order is really quite good. Wealth from culture, wealth from learning. Do that one, and let's go ahead and upgrade that in case we ever need to recruit back here. We'll have some good recruitment. I think that's going to be it for this episode. It's a fun campaign. This one's not been super challenging so far, but it's been fun. Those guys might be trying to get in behind me. Come out of Samosata. Let's see where they came to. So, talks with Cartier, part 2. As Cartier begins a story, takes a small sip of wine, wincing as at its sharp taste. Once upon a time, my gracious lord, there was a king of an old desert kingdom. One day, on a stroll in his royal garden, he beheld a sight most curious. A bird perched on a tree branch, as big as a peacock. Its feathers were flames of summer sunset. Its eyes were the color of gems, one ruby, and the other emerald, to be precise. A song that was sad yet jubilant. It touched the very heart of the man. The king stopped to listen. Pauses to look at me intently. Tell me, my king almighty, what would you have done if you were in his stead? What would I do with the bird? Yeah, let's follow it. That sounds good.
Ready for
What a garrison. Yeah, they need to buff the garrisons a little, and it would make some of these battles a little more interesting, because we're just absolutely face-rolling garrison after garrison, and ours are going to be weak too if they attack us. We're going to have terrible garrisons. Like here, these guys getting in behind me. I mean, the garrisons are just absolute crap. Now, I'm sure there's buildings that might make it better. I mean, we could look for that, for instance. Yeah, it provides garrison of Sassanian levy spearmen, garrison of Eastern scouts. Like, so I guess there's things that help out slightly to build here. But I mean, I don't want to have to put infantry camps all over the place. It's kind of pointless. But I suppose that's what you got to do if you want a slightly better garrison. Don't really have a choice, it doesn't look like. Royal Sanctuary, let's get some more food there. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Hey, we're suffering attrition? Really? Besieging settlements also takes a toll on the besiegers. Has disease and small skirmishes? Really? That's kind of strange. I guess it's to keep you from just sieging them out every time. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you back with some more Rome 2 Empire Divided action soon. Hope you're enjoying the holiday if you're here in the States or anywhere else that does Thanksgiving. Otherwise, hope you're just enjoying your day. HeirofCarthage signing out.